Hi, Stacey. It's awesome to have you
Hey,
on. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
not a problem. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and our goal here is to give other agents out there a glimpse into a day in the life of a successful real estate agent. So tell us who you are, who you work for, a little bit about what you do, and why you love it.
Awesome. Well, my name is Stacey Williams. I'm the data manager for Openshaw Real Estate team at the Keller Williams and Turkey First here in Gilbert, Arizona. We are one of the top sales team within our market center. Heather Openshaw is the team owner along with Jesse Hertfield, and they are the Rainmakers. So I'm excited to be part of that team. We do majority of what I do on a daily basis is I work with our inside sales agents on day-to-day prospecting. So mostly
Okay.
outbound in our case. So usually that is the creme de la creme of our activities. And so that's kind of a little bit what I do. I've been with the team since February of 2020, so pre-pandemic.
Okay.
So a lot of what I've been learning is definitely during that season. So we've been making some things to make sure that we stay disruptive in the market, and we're excited about what we're doing.
Excellent. Um, so you mentioned that you do the outbound prospecting. So I would imagine, obviously, you do that prospecting on a regular basis.
Absolutely. We do it 5 days a week. We do it anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day. So it
Wow,
is pretty intensive.
that is awesome. So 4 to 6 hours a day. Tell me what a typical day of prospecting looks like for you then.
A typical day of prospecting includes three of, it's actually myself and the other two ISAs on what we call a robo dialer. So we do probably anywhere to 500 to 600 dials during that time, which usually puts us into having conversations around real estate, probably to anywhere from 40 to 75 people. Our goal is to talk to 75 people a day.
Okay.
This is considered probably more cold calling. So it is definitely a lot of energy that needs to be in there. We're always bubbly. We always make sure that we let the clients know that we're just reaching out to let them know what's going on in the market. So we always go from a place of contribution is kind of our motto. And we do that from 9 to 12 because usually those are our team motto is that we should be doing money making activities during the times that we're not out showing or writing offers. So usually between the hours of 9 to 12 is what we're looking at for a prospecting day.
Okay. Money making activities. I like it. I like it. Um, is there, do you have a favorite way that you prospect or a combination of methods that you like to do, such as, do you do only phone calls or do you put in some texting, emailing, outreach as well?
Yeah, I'm definitely a hybrid of the text and the calls. So I definitely, I personally send out about 200 texts every day during our we use Boomtown, so that's kind of our max. I wish I could do more, but we do about 200 a day. And usually we have like a 26% contact rate with that. Most people
Okay.
are used to be a time where text messages were considered unprofessional or not a mode of communication for a professional industry. I think we've definitely taken a shift. And with the pandemic, a lot of people are working remotely, so they are more apt to engage in a text message. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, times are changing.
exactly, rapidly.
Yes, and I know that even just on a personal level, yeah, I my mother-in-law loves to talk on the phone. She will call and she will talk. But I have just a quick question. Just text me your answer.
Let me get on to the next thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And, hence the lack of communication skills that are happening now.
Right. We
All
went from
right.
OK spelled out to K, right?
Yes.
Everything's shortened.
Yeah. I try I try really hard to just do the O and the K at least.
At least.
At least. The OKAY, we're wasting characters now.
2 letters too much.
What advice would you give to someone brand new in the real estate world that you think would be helpful to them? Learn, knowing what you know.
That's a great question. I think from my experience is just to get into some form of money making activity. It's different for everyone's personality, but I think that is definitely the first step or something that's foundational for a successful career. Be in some kind of money. If it's going to be door knocking, if it's going to be holding an open house, whatever that is going to be up to the agent's choice, but get into that type of activity and do it consistently.
Consistent. That's because I could make 500 calls today, but if I don't make 200 more tomorrow or 100 more the next day, you're still gonna lose that pipeline.
Exactly. It'll be feast and famine.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
And no one wants to ride that roller coaster.
No, no, because that can affect your paycheck 3 weeks from now, 2 months from now.
Absolutely. You get
Yeah.
busy writing the contract, you get busy dealing with the aspect of the transaction, and then you forget that you didn't do any kind of money making activity for the last 3 weeks. And
Right.
then you look up and it's like, okay, where's my next deal or where's my next referral?
Yes.
It's in the activity.
Yes. What you do now has big effects on how things are working out for you in the short term, even just 2-3 weeks up to, 2-3 months down the
Yes,
road can
absolutely.
have big consequences. So um, consistency is big, big, big.
Absolutely.
Is there anything you wish you had known when you started?
I wish I had known about the team aspect. When I started in the industry, the real estate world, I was sink or swim. I was door knocking. I was in front of Walmart passing out flyers. I did everything I could to generate business. And I now am part of the team, and I see our newer agents coming on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have such an opportunity for growth that you can fast track your success. And I think if I'd known that 12 years ago, I would have been a lot further along.
Well, and sometimes those struggles, you learn so much
You
in
do.
the struggles that make you a better agent than, having it handed to you, because then you don't know how to troubleshoot. You don't know how to overcome certain things.
Absolutely.
So
I
a lot of
definitely
times a lot of times those struggles can really help you down the road.
absolutely. Absolutely. There's some things that you definitely learn by trial and fire that you'll never forget.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I
And it's
completely
okay to
agree.
get over them, right? You learn and you learn from the experience and trust you'll never make those mistakes again.
Yes. Yes, because you know what'll happen if you do. So, how do you manage balancing your work life and your home life?
Oh man, Jesse Herfield, our market center owner, definitely hones this in, and I was already pretty intuitively a time blocker, but time blocking, and he drives home even time blocking your time off. So kind of giving yourself, if Sunday is going to be your family day, that you actually time block it, put it on the calendar, and make sure that those downtimes are also scheduled just as much as the time that you're working. So that when you're working, you're 100%, because you know what you can look forward to. If you want to take a month off and have that vacation with your family, then the remaining 11 months, you're going to go hard because you have that 4-week vacation time to look forward to. So time blocking. I time block even cooking dinner. So.
Oh my gosh. I started trying to time block my personal time. I set up a time block for work, and it really helps me to stay on task, because I know that 20 minutes from now I'm going to have to start another thing.
Exactly.
And I tried to time block my home life, and it's been a disaster. I have 3 kids. and they don't adhere to that schedule.
Out the window. It's what they need when they need it.
Yes. I'm sorry, you can't go potty right now. I have to do this.
Exactly. Hold it for 5 minutes more.
Yeah. Time blocking at home hasn't worked for me yet. Still working on it.
Work in progress.
All right. So any last piece of advice for our fellow agents out there to help them along?
I would say, a lot of times we get in the industry and our first focus is, we want to be the number one, whatever. To be number one, just be integral. People work with who they know, like, and trust.
Okay.
Trust.
Yeah.
Just be integral, and the referrals and the repeat business would come. Yeah.
That's where your money can come in, is those referrals and those repeats.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Outbound and prospecting is definitely an aspect of it, but once you've actually already had an experience and you've already worked with your client, they're going to be your best advertisement. So treat them right and make sure you're integral throughout the transaction. Be upfront. Make sure that that you are someone that they know have their best interests at heart.
That is good advice. That is really good advice. Okay. So Stacey, give us a way to get in touch with you.
The best way to get in touch with me is to my direct dial, 480-550-8959, or you can always visit us on the Openshaw Real Estate Group on Facebook or Instagram.
Excellent. All right. So fellow agents out there, now that you know how prospecting can help, go take a look at ProspectBoss.com and then go check out Stacey. And
Awesome.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me.